Good morning and welcome to Dad Bear DIY and our Dad Bear Downtime collection. And this is the final episode of our Space Engineers survival playthrough of the workshop scenario, Lost Moon Surviving Start. I hope everybody's doing great. I'm actually feeling pretty good this morning. We'll see how long that holds out. I had originally planned on going back through some of the previous footage I had taped to put together this final episode, and then I realized there wasn't any reason why I couldn't just do a final kind of wrap-up episode with a demonstration of our as-yet-to-be-named Lunar Rover. So that's what we're going to do. Guys, thank you so much for coming back and checking out this video, and for all the times you've checked out the videos in this series and the other series that we've got going on. This Lost Moon survival start scenario was pretty cool. It was a really basic scenario. It's written by Lunar Colony, made by him, and fantastic Space Engineers content creator, player content creator, and pretty cool. It was a great scenario for me to continue to learn how to do this whole video stuff while at the same time trying to show people how things are done in Space Engineers. But it is coming to an end. So what we're going to be doing this episode is we're going to kind of go around our base area, real quickly summarize, what we did while we were here. And then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do a walk around of the Lunar Rover that we started back in episode 6. And take it out on a test drive so you guys can see how it drives. And then I will be soliciting names for that rover from you guys, as I have already hinted at over the last couple of episodes. And then we will wrap this up. After this episode has been published, the only Space Engineers series that we will still have going on is the plausible deniability Space Engineers survival playthrough, and we will be looking to start a new survival playthrough in coming week or so. I've got a poll up on the channel in the community tabs, so you guys can vote or suggest the kind of survival start that you want to see, whether it be a workshop scenario or regular kind of, when I say vanilla, I'm not talking about without any mods, I'm just talking about your standard Space Engineers survival start. And I'm probably going to wait a week, because that poll's been up for a while. But as I'm learning things with YouTube, sometimes the posts don't always show up like you would expect them to do. You make a post, and anybody who's subscribed, sees that post or whatnot. Not always the case. So, under the community tab on the channel page, there's a poll. Go there and put your suggestion. You can choose one of the 3 that I already have filled out, either the standard, Space Engineers Survival Start, and then I've got 2 specific workshop scenarios that I kind of have, not in my back pocket, but I've already kind of looked at them. I've done a little bit of playing of both of them and thought those might make a good series. So those are in there. And then the 4th option is, you know, any other workshop scenario or any other scenario that the viewer might be aware of. And then in the comments, if you choose that one, if you choose the any other, whatever, in the comments, put your name, put the name of the scenario in there so I can look it up. But anyway, that's what's going on now. The bear den here is still working through COVID. Some days are better than others. Hopefully we're going to start being on the better end of that. But we're getting there. For those of you who are visiting the channel for the first time, welcome. Sorry for the kind of chaotic here. We'll start on this. Thank you so much for coming. I hope you enjoy the videos for whatever you came to look at. I know we have a DIY side and we have this DADBEAR.Downtime collection. I hope you enjoy the videos. If you do, hit that thumbs up and that subscribe button and notification bell, and you'll be informed anytime we got any new stuff coming out. For those of you that are coming back, thank you. You guys have made this last year has just been amazing for me. I know in the big scheme of things, it's nothing, but I'm pretty sure anybody who ever started doing stuff like this on YouTube or anything like that, I know always got some sort of satisfaction about those little kind of benchmark achievements that you got at the very beginning. And for me, yesterday we got our 60th subscriber and our 7,000th view, and I know that's nothing. I know that's nothing, but it is so cool to have that happen. So thank you guys for coming and checking out the videos, for hitting that thumbs up or leaving comments. I've had some great comments lately, and if you guys, again, anytime if you see something you like, you don't like, you know, you have a suggestion or a recommendation for something, see maybe a better way to do something, throw it in the comments. I'd love to hear it. If you think I talk too much, wink wink, put it in the comments. Anyway, we are gonna wrap up this series, and like I said, we're gonna do a quick spin around of the base, just talk about the stuff we did, and then we're gonna wrap up by jumping in our Lunar Rover, taking it for a spin, giving you a tour of it, and then I will be waiting for a name. And let's just get going. I'll stop talking, and well, you know me, I won't really stop talking, but we'll get going while I talk. How's that? Thanks guys for showing up. Let's do this. It's sunset on the moon. It's kind of fitting. Kind of fitting. All right. Well, this is our base. And as you all remember, we got here because of some sort of spatial anomaly. That's the way we're looking at it, that messed up our jump drive. Stranded us here on this lone moon, completely alone, with our co-worker John, who woke up before we did, and he wasn't as good an engineer as we are. So he unfortunately didn't make it. But he laid the foundations for us to survive, and we have never ever forgotten that. So I made sure to lay him to rest. But while we were here, we did get a lot done. We salvaged the Ravine class miner that he started. We got the life support systems repaired, and we took care of the main things we were going to need: oxygen, the ability to heal ourselves, and power. We got our power from taking advantage of this beautiful sun access we've got. We made a solar tracking solar array. For oxygen, we created this hydrogen-powered plunge miner called Plungy, and we sent them up to a nearby polar cap, almost like ice cap, to collect ice for us, even when we're not even when we're busy doing something else. Plungy goes and gets ice for us. So we took care of that. And of course we have our survival kit. But in order to do all this stuff, we had to be able to make things. So we created the basic infrastructure, including an assembler with 2 H2 generators, basic refineries, we found resources around that we were able to use our Ravine class miner and even Plungy to go collect. And we've even gone into the advanced production stage, where we have an industrial advanced refinery and an industrial advanced assembler right there. So there isn't anything we can't make right now, as long as we have the materials to do so. So there's really not much further to go here, and that's why we are moving on from this scenario. In anticipation of having to go get those materials. What is this? This is a ladder shaft, that's right. So we decided that Lunar Rover was going to be something that we were going to build. And let's just go ahead and get around to that, to show you guys that. And then you can tell I've been kind of hiding it from you. Last time you saw this, it did not look like this, guys. And I don't know, maybe it doesn't look like it's that different. But roll this thing out. Spin around, and we are going to go, we're going to move around to the back side of the base, and then I'm going to reposition the sun to give us better light so I can do the walk around, and then we'll take this thing on the test drive, and then we will curtain call, guys. All right. Okay, so last time you guys saw this, I think what we had at that point was the thing that would look different, I guess, is besides there not being a crane here at all, where this crane stands and what next to it here. This was two medium cargo containers. So we had a total of 4 medium cargo containers set up for storage. As you can see, got rid of that. I did, I kind of decided very quickly when I started working on this off camera that I wanted this to have a survival kit on it. And I didn't want to make it any longer to add that. I wanted a relatively compact survival ready rover. And as I've learned, I don't want to make it. I want to leave room for improvement. So I could make it longer, I could make it bigger, I could make it more capable. And I have to fight the urge to do that. But Splitsy, one of my favorite content creators, has made this argument before. You don't want to start out with something perfect. You want something that's not perfect so that you can, it forces you, to do more. And I agree. So, capable, yes, it doesn't have to be perfect. As far as the front layout goes, nothing has changed. Really the only thing that was done was that the 2 rear medium cargo containers were replaced with a survival kit and an area to mount the base of the crane. Now tucked in to these little nooks and stuff are different things. And mostly because of, one, it being a good place to put it, 2, the center of mass for this rover is, I'm going to put my mouse right here, it's It's actually probably right there along the center line. And I'll show you real quick. Center of mass. There you go. So you can see the center of mass there. Where before we had one gyroscope, it was up here. We now have two. And they're tucked down there to help lower the center of gravity. We'll go ahead and get rid of that. Okay, so we have our 6x6 Lunar Rover here, stuck with the relatively flatbed design, as you can see. I didn't go too high up on the walls because, again, using a crane, I want it to kind of be able to cradle whatever's put in it. I don't want the sides to block, you know, the crane needs to be able to move too, so. It is battery powered. Probably the only thing that is not like weight position considered is the fact that the batteries are on the high side. They're up high. Other than that, all the heavy stuff has been kept low. We've got great ground clearance. We have fantastic approach angles. And even the departure angle is really good. A couple of the features here, this anchor deployment timer. Okay, there's a timer block that you see right there. Okay, timer block is for the anchor deployment, which that of course that's going to drop down. Hook to the ground, so when you use the crane, you don't have to worry about the crane getting tipped over. The other thing, button there for the tailgate, which is also a ramp. I could probably set that to go faster. That's good. Two mag plates set on auto lock here, so that whenever you bring something in, you can just drop it there and it will hook onto that. The crane can be accessed from here. Oops, I hit the wrong button. This crane design is heavily inspired by Splitsy and his Scrapyard and Scavenger Hunt series. For the crane, we are utilizing the PARK, the P-A-R-K, or piston and rotor control with a K, in-game script, and make sure to give, I forget the names right now, so give me just a moment. We're gonna, there you go. There it is. I'm sorry, K is keybinds, it's not control. My bad. Oh, goodness. And I'm really sorry about not having the creators, and it is creators, it's a collaboration of that script, their information right off the top of my head. Really apologize. It will be in the description as well as a link to both of their workshop Space Engineers collections. Fantastic job. There are a lot of crane control script or processes out there. This one, it takes a little bit to get used to, but once you've got it, this is just way, way easier. To me, it's the most natural and what I will call the easiest. So I'm going to go ahead and unlock our rotor and hinge there so that we can demonstrate, and I need to adjust the speed on this a little bit, but as you can see, surprised I didn't set anything up on those keys. And then if we want to use the lower part of the arm, hit number 2, and it's rotating. You can see how that goes. And then of course you've got your mag plate control. There's also a camera on the end of the arm, as well as a spotlight to provide light for the working space you're dealing with. But yeah, let's bring that back by hitting 1. We're going to do that. Make sure. Lower the crane back into the stow position. 3 and 4 to lock the hinge and the rotor. And from here, this toolbar number 9 is actually to release the anchor. So, as you can see, we can do that from here also. The survival kit is accessible from the side here. Everything is covered in light armor. There is no, I don't think I have any heavy armor. There is some there are area lights around. Also reinforced or added some protection along the axles and the front here. Tailgate, of course, is made out of blast doors, so it's pretty robust. Deployed or stowed, you can still see the tail lights. Have a little bit of upper protection here for the cab, including the oxygen generator. And let's go drive this thing around. Doing a shakedown. I actually rolled this. There we go. Keep it. Nope, 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 nope. Oh, we finally rolled it. Oh, that's not great. But we're going to get out of that. Look at this. We're going to get out of this. Come on. There we go. With the crane in the stowed position, and it did no damage. Again, that's in 1/4 gravity. This does have parachutes on it for being dropped in atmospheric gravity, or and I have dropped this on an Earth-like planet. Chute deploys at 1,000 meters, and I'm trying to think of the best way to describe this. In Earth-like gravity, I'm going to try to position. Let me see if I can get this to work. The parachute cell is, of course, right here. It can be reloaded by this small cargo container. This is roughly the angle that it falls in Earth gravity when it's on parachute. So parachute, of course, up there, tail down, with the tailgate just barely below level of tire. So in every test that I've done, and this is in Earth-like gravity, I haven't done this on alien planet or any higher gravity. The tailgate either hits just before or at the same time as the rear tires, and it does not take any damage. That's an Earth-like gravity. We have a nice wide stance, great control with the gyros, as you can see. Initially had one gyro on here, and it still did great. We have control in the air. I think our wheelbase is just right. Again, the moon's surface is probably one of the most torturous to drive on. And there you go. See, we just ran into the side there and nothing. Good traction. Of course, you can set the suspension up however you like. I did, during the initial shakedown, again, with only one gyro, the only damage I did to it in that 4-kilometer drive was when I launched, I came over a ledge, and on the other side was I'm sure somebody will understand when I say this, a steep cone-shaped crater. That's the best way to say that, I guess. Yes, steep cone-shaped crater, where the bottom of the crater was narrower than the length of the vehicle. And as you can see, we climbed very well there. And when I landed inside that crater, I landed roughly flat to keep, oh my goodness, huge crater. Well, we might not make it out of this one, guys. We might not make it out of this one. Oh, we hit the back. Yeah, we lost the ramp. That sucks. Come on. It's just so narrow in there. There we go. Go, go, go. And the front wheels and the tailgate hit at the same time, and I dropped about 120 meters. It was a big, big one of those, oh my God, craters. So, and all the only damage that we sustained during that was from where my crosshairs are. We lost, actually no, I think we lost from those hinges. That's where it broke. We lost the rear part of the tailgate, so we still had the tailgate, we just didn't have the ramp part of it. And I don't know how, but we broke a headlight. Oh, that one is broke. That's because I just ran into it. Silly. Just ran into it. Maybe that's how I'd broken that. So I'm not sure how. I'm really not. Because the suspension isn't, I don't know why that headlight gets hurt. Odd. Anyway, we will fix that. There we go. But that was the only damage. And like I said, I rolled it. We did a full barrel roll. And it didn't break the crane. It didn't break anything. It didn't break anything. Now, we only did one roll. It's not like I did like multiple rolls down the side of the crater. And as you could see just a moment ago, when we came up the side of that steep side right there, this thing can climb. So I rolled, and as soon as I got back onto the tires, I was able to get get going back up again. But drives really well. I am very confident saying that I expect this to be an extremely useful rover, especially and in like Earth-like planet gravity. And I don't think this is too much. I really don't. I think this is a good starting survival rover without having too much. You only have 2 medium cargo containers and a survival kit. You got batteries. You have a way to connect it. You've got an O2H2 generator. It makes it drives well. It's stable. It seems to be pretty hardy. I haven't rolled it in Earth-like gravity. So, but I am tickled enough with this design that this rover is going to be what we start off with when we begin our new Space Engineers Survival playthrough, wherever that is. Unless you guys choose one of those kind of special scenarios, like Ares at War or Far From Home, that would preclude me using this. But I am really, really digging this rover. again, it's not too over the top. It's not too over the top. It's not like you've got all of the storage space in the world, all of the power in the world, you know, whatnot. It has no defenses. Just a really good utility rover with a survival kit. So, I don't know, guys. What do you think? It needs a good name, guys. I will, real quick, I will throw a couple of things out there information-wise. When driving around, you notice the basket for the crane swings. That's normal. You will occasionally see sparks come from the top where the bottom part, these panels, slightly brush the top of the armor on the survival kit. And you might be tempted to remove some of those panels. I wouldn't. That little sparking or that minor contact that you see is completely inconsequential. You'll also notice there's a battery up here. And you're probably wondering, why does it have to have a battery there? The battery is for weight, to help keep this thing down. If you take these plates off here, or you would remove that battery up here, this thing is not going to as level as it does. So, what else? I'm trying to think if there's anything else that's particularly that important about it. It's not. No, like I said, I tried to keep it simple but but simple but smart. That's what I tried to keep it. I hope you guys like it. I do. Needs a good name. So put your recommendations for a name for this vehicle in the comments section, and from those recommendations, I'll choose a name. If I don't get any recommendations, I'll find another way to choose what to name it. But I'd love for you guys to do it. I really would. This, once it has a name, will be will be published on the workshop, and I'll make sure to do a post on the channel with the link to the blueprint. And guys, that is going to do it. We are going to wrap this series, and I want to thank you guys so much for following along and being a part of this experience with me. This has all been so new. It's made it's made this last year a really pleasant surprise. So I really appreciate it. I hope you guys have liked the series. I hope you guys have enjoyed the channel. Just because the series is over doesn't mean we're gone for good. Thank you so much. Do us a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe and notification bell, and come back and see us. Remember, we need a name for the rover, and we need a suggestion for the next survival playthrough. From the Lost Moon and the final farewell of this series, this is Dad Bear saying, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and be safe. Bye, guys.